Hi friends, good evening. I have a story for today that I had prepared for Children's Chapel earlier. We are discussing the third principle this week, which is acceptance of one another and encouragement towards spiritual growth. And as we sing in Children's Chapel, 3 were free to learn together. So I have a chalice lighting again this time, and then I have a little story. Our chalice lighting words today are from Reverend James Luther Adams, and it is: church is a place where you get to practice what it means to be human. Our story today is from A Lamp in Every Corner. I used this book for a story a couple weeks ago, and I've noticed that they don't list the author in the actual short story that's in here, but this story is called The Rooster Who Learned to Crow. And again, there's no pictures, but I hope you enjoy. There was once a farm in a valley that was practically perfect in every way, except that it had no rooster to crow at the crack of dawn, and so everyone was always late getting out of bed. The dog never woke up in time to fetch the newspaper for the farmer. The farmer never woke up in time to milk the cows before the sun rose. The cows never woke up in time to eat the grass when it was still wet with the morning dew, which is when it is the most tasty. Everyone was always late on that farm, so everyone was always a bit cranky in the morning, and sometimes that crankiness lasted all day. Until one day, a chicken arrived at the farm. Everyone was excited because she had 4 little yellow balls of fluff peeping and cheeping behind her. Pardon me, Mrs. Chicken, snuffled the pig, who was always exceedingly polite. But would one of your chicks there happen to be, that is, might one be, a he? Why, yes, answered Mrs. Chicken, and she pointed with the tip of her wing to the last chick in line. That is my son. A rooster chicken, squealed the youngest of lambs, and all the other animals squealed or whinnied or quacked or oinked too. We won't be late any more. We have a rooster on the farm. But they didn't, not yet. They had to wait for the chicks to grow up, and grow they did, from little yellow balls of fluff with legs to bigger yellow balls of fluff with legs. As the days passed, all the young chickens grew fine white feathers and bright yellow feet, and then finally, young Mr. Rooster Chicken began to grow long, swooping feathers on his tail. A tail, squealed the youngest of the lambs. Soon you'll be old enough to crow. You look very handsome today, young Mr. Rooster, snorted the pig, who was always exceedingly polite. A very fine-looking fowl, if I so may say. Thank you, said Mr. Rooster, with a bob of his head and a quiver of his coxswain. But then he walked away, his long tail feathers drooping and his coxcomb down too. What's wrong? Asked his friend, the gray and white cat who lived in the barn. Oh, nothing. Something's wrong, said his other friend, the yellow duck who swam in the pond. The pig came over to listen too. Well, said the young rooster, scratching in the dirt with his strong yellow toes, everybody's waiting for me to grow up and crow. I'm doing the growing up part all right, but... But what? Asked the cat. But I don't know how to crow. I've never heard a rooster. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. We shall help you, announced the pig, who was always exceedingly helpful as well as exceedingly polite. We will? Asked the cat, with every single one of his eyebrow whiskers raised. How? Yes, how? Quacked the duck. We shall teach him, said the pig. You've heard a rooster You have heard a rooster crow before, have you not, Mrs. Duck? Yes, I have, said the duck. I can show you. She flew to the top of the chicken coop nearby. Then she folded her wings back, tilted her bill up, and crowed. Quack, 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 quack. The cat crouched down and flattened his ears. Said the pig. Thank you, Mrs. Duck, though that's not perhaps quite... I hope not, said the rooster, looking very much alarmed. I shall demonstrate, said the pig. First, one must climb, though you will no doubt fly to a high point. The pig climbed to the top of a manure pile. Then, tilt your head back. Mrs. Duck did that part quite well. Clear your throat and crow. The pig tilted his head back and cleared his throat. Oink, a sniff, snuffle, oink, a snort. The cat closed his eyes and shook his head. Said the duck, not at all impressed. Yes, well, the pig climbed down from the manure pile. That is not quite, it does sound a bit, you understand, with a real rooster. I'll show you, said the cat, and he leapt to the top of the fence and curled his tail around his toes. He washed one paw and looked up at the sky. Meow, 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 meow. Said the duck. Said the pig. Oh dear, said the rooster, looking even more alarmed. Maybe another chicken, suggested the duck. And they went to fetch one of the hens, but all she managed was cluck, 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 cluck. The dog gave them a woof, 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 woof. The lamb went ba, ba, ba. The rooster sadly shook his head. I'll never learn how to crow. I won't be any good at waking people up. Nobody will like me anymore. Sure we will, said the cat. I like you right now, and you've never crowed a day in your life. All the other animals agreed, with bahs and moos and stomping of feet. Besides, added the cat, I don't want you waking me up. I like to sleep late. You will, said the rooster, as gloomy as rainy day. I wonder, said the pig, have you yourself ever tried to crow, Mr. Rooster? Me, said the rooster, but you're more of a rooster than any of us, said the duck. And we'll like you no matter what you sound like, said the pig, even if you don't make any sound at all, said the cat. And so the rooster decided to try. He flew up to the top of the chicken coop, he folded his wings back, he tilted his head, and he tried to make the same noises all his friends tried to make, softly at first. Cock-a-doodle-doo! And then again, louder. Cock-a-doodle-doo! And then very loud indeed. Cock-a-doodle-doo! After that, no one had any doubt that young Mr. Rooster knew how to crow, not even young Mr. Rooster himself. There is a farm in a valley that is practically perfect in every way. It even has a fine young rooster who crows at the crack of dawn, and so everyone always gets out of bed exactly on time. The dog always wakes up in time to fetch the newspaper for the farmer. The farmer always wakes up on time to milk the cows before the sun rises. The cows always wake up in time to eat the grass when it is still wet with morning dew, which is when it is the most tasty. Everyone is always wide awake on that farm because they have a rooster whose friends helped him learn how to crow just like this. Cock-a-doodle-doo! So I think that's a pretty silly story, but I also think it is a great example of the way we can learn together, but also try things for ourselves. So there's a lot to be learned from it. Let me know what you think if you've got a chance to listen, and I hope you have a great week. Bye.